My name is Nancy Shangala. I'm the director and founder of Adopt a South African Preschool. The communities that people moved into or were moved into during apartheid are still very much the same. No services, no preschools. So these children are growing up in settings where there's no enrichment. Their brains cannot develop. There are many studies that just keep saying the same thing. Preschool education is critical. To problem solve, to follow through, to imagine. They're informal, in-home daycares. They are small compared to the number of children who are there. In some of these daycares, many of these children were simply sat in front of a TV all day because there were no resources available to them. The organization we began conversation with is called PEN Forum. PEN has been in existence for 40 years, serving the needs of these communities. And they said, what we need are educational resource centers with toys and games, books, so that the people we're already working with who have these informal daycare centers in their homes can be trained in what these toys do and can borrow them, and in that process, level up their daycares to become preschools. Adopt a South African Preschool, we can provide the educational toys and resources that go into it. They're the same things you see in any preschool here, I can tell you that. There's nothing unique about it in that way. That center can serve 30 preschools. It requires 3 of PEN's coaches, so they go out every week and visit their 10. Twice a year, they meet with each of the preschool owners and review a huge list of government requirements for effective preschools. So they're aiming for that. They set their goals for what do we need to work on next year. They're thrilled to have access to the resources that we're making available and to the training that makes them begin to really see themselves function as preschool teachers. So it's a lot of women whose lives are changing too, developing a sense of who they are, what they can do, what they're contributing to these children. I'd like to share a story of a child who came to one of the preschools that's registered with ASAP and PEN. She didn't speak for 3 weeks. Nobody knew if she could talk. She was doing that puzzle thing where you stack the colored cups that fit into each other like Russian dolls, but turn them over, create a tower. And it kept falling down. When she finally succeeded, got the last one on top, she said, "Teacher, I can." That was her first words, and she never stopped talking after that. So that sense of agency, I can figure out how to do something that's hard and stick with it till I get it done and I can feel proud of myself. We've got almost 5,000 children receiving services through this and 476 staff connected. That is preschool owners and their staff, coaches with PEN. And what I would say is we want to add zeros to every one of those numbers. There's a lot of love and connection in these communities. It's not all a sad, dire story at all. There's just a great deal of creativity and joy and fun and laughter and faith and optimism. And I really believe that as these children experience that for themselves, see themselves excelling, growing, learning, loving learning, and use their problem-solving skills to figure out what's needed, how to go about that, contribute back. These children, I feel very confident, will want to help the communities that they've been raised in so that they and their families, their communities move forward. 40% of the population of South Africa lives in the area where we're working. And what I've heard from people there is if we can make it work in Gauteng province where we are, then it really can work other places. I think in the climate that we're in now within the world, there's such a sense of heaviness and distress. What can I actually do that does anything? people want to do something. This is a very tangible, effective, successful way to do something with those funds. If anyone wants to get involved through providing funds of their own or leading us toward foundations or corporations, or if they want to just learn more, see some of our success stories, or they'd like to be part of an honorary board, they can go to our website, www.adoptasouthafricanpreschool.org.